I was born and raised in the small farm town of Colusa, California. Colusa is best known for farming, duck hunting, as well as its old historic buildings. It seems almost everyone who lives here is involved in the agriculture industry in some way. Agriculture is what keeps our little town's economy going. Many of the farmers in my small town produce crops which are genetically modified. A genetically modified organism, or GMO, is defined as an organism or microorganism whose genetic material has been altered by means of genetic engineering. The use of GMOs in agriculture began before recorded history. Prehistoric farmers selectively bred their most productive crops for up to 10,000 years, changing the genetic makeup of crops over time. Today, scientists select productive traits at the individual gene level, controlling the placement of genes in new crops. In 1996, first genetically modified seeds for commercial use were planted, and today over 80% of foods contain GMOs. GMOs are widely used because of their effectiveness with pesticides and increased farmers' yield. GMOs have many other benefits, including reduced soil-damaging tillage, carbon emissions, insecticide use, and the use of highly toxic herbicides. Currently, the FDA does not require the labeling of GMOs because they are not considered harmful to the nutritional value or safety of the food. However, Americans are arguing that they have a right to know what is in their food and are demanding mandatory labeling of all GMO products. This mandatory labeling poses a concern to farmers, not just in Colusa, but all around the U.S. Manufacturers fear this label could be misread by consumers as a warning label rather than information about the contents. The expensive costs of implementing this system will trickle down to consumers with increased prices in grocery stores. The Corn Refiners Association, a major producer of genetically modified corn, funded a study which showed the predicted costs of labeling GMOs. The study showed that implementing labels could cost each American family approximately $1,050 per year extra for their groceries. This includes the poorest of families. Manufacturers argue that there are already non-GMO products that voluntarily label their products as organic or non-GMO. The non-GMO project provides a seal to go on products free of GMOs. These products go through their verification process to be deemed GMO-free. Genetically modified organisms can offer many societal and economic benefits, but many speculate they may also pose health hazards. The negative public perception of GMOs has led to consumers demanding a more transparent food system. Proponents argue adding labels to GMOs can help vegetarians, vegans, and those of certain religions determine if a product has been modified with animal DNA. Consumers are demanding the United States follow the example of other countries by requiring mandatory labeling. Europe has completely banned the production and import of GMOs, and nearly 50 other countries require GMOs to be labeled. Before the issue of mandatory labeling can be addressed, the negative public perception issue must be resolved. The Pew Research study found that 57% of the population believe genetically modified foods are unsafe. However, there is no scientific evidence to support the notion that GMOs are unsafe for human health. Research on the safety of GMOs must be conducted to confirm that the consumption of GMOs does not negatively affect consumers' health. While this research is being conducted, avoiding mandatory labeling and staying with the current voluntary labeling process is necessary. Voluntary labeling provides consumers who demand organic food the ability to choose products that are labeled non-GMO. Voluntary labeling while research is being conducted would also protect producers like our small town farmers who use GMOs from the current negative public perception.